Hello, Darin Martineau here from MagicSecretsLive.com, and today I'm going to discuss some of the basics of card manipulation and back palming. Okay, I'm going to be making several videos on this. Is one of my favorite topics. I'm a graduate of the Chavez Course of Magic under Benny Chavez, who is a direct student. Hello. I'm going to talk about card manipulations. Okay, one of my favorite subjects. I graduated the Chavez course under Robert Rodriguez, who is a former president of the SAM in Hollywood, California. I studied with him when he was at Magic Shop in La Puente many years ago. And he was a direct student under Benny Chavez. So I studied with him and graduated the Chavez course under him. Now I'm going to talk about some of the different cards that you can use for manipulation. This happens to be a fanning deck. What happens when you start to manipulate the cards, here's some Nielsen cards, okay, which are thinner, and they have different types of thinness depending on what you're going to do. First thing with the thing is the cards, and we're going to talk about once you start to back palm the cards, okay, what happens is over time the cards are going to get bent like this. Okay, you can see the bend. So in order to fix that, you can get yourself a card press. Now this is a Norm Nielsen card press here. After the cards have been worked in, we put them back into our card press. Okay, and 2 metal plates with some wing nuts on here. You can make your own. Okay, or you can get this from Norm Nielsen's website. Now the way that I do things is different. Many people have their ways of doing things. My experience has taught me is that first thing I want to show you is that if I make a fan, okay, now if we zoom in on this for a second, on this fan, if I have face cards in here, okay, I'm going to put a few face cards in here. What that will do is even if I make the most perfect fan that I can make, because of the fact that there's these borders, it will make it look imperfect. So I'm a perfectionist. First thing I do is I take out all the face cards. So that's the way you want to do it. Now I'm going to talk about in other videos, routines and things like that, but we're going to start with the foundations of card manipulation. So the first thing is going to be single card, production and vanish. Okay. Now, some people hold the cards in close when they do it. I don't like that. Okay, I like to hold the cards far away from the fingertips. Okay, if you watch someone like Peter Marvey, who's one of the best card manipulators in the world, you'll notice that when he does his cards, it's very much away from the hand. There's different theories, but I like his theory in that you want to get the card, and it also stays true to, in the book, Magic and Showmanship, okay, which is right here, which is a great book by Henny Nelms. You'll notice on the cover, if I zoom in, he's holding the card way at the fingertips. Now the reason for that is that you want to have very obscure thing. The other thing to think about is the backdrop. Now right here I have a blue wall, so this works. But if I was doing it on something white, like this window here, you'll see that it pales. So there's a lot of things when you're designing your show to think about, such as lighting, such as backdrop, everything like this. Now, we'll get into the basic back palm. When you move your hand, okay, the larger motion covers the smaller motion. What you're going to do is you're going to make kind of like a hang loose sign, right? But not. It's like this. What's going to happen is you're going to move your hand once, twice, 3 times. Okay, on the downward motion, this is going to come in. It's all the way at the fingertips. It's going to come in, and you're going to come up. Now, some people are concerned about whether to see this or not. If you're performing 10, 20 feet away and you're doing this on a stage, you don't have to worry about so much about these little windows here, because 1, you're far away, and 2, your hand is in motion. We're not performing this close-up. If we were doing a close-up effect that uses this, that would be different. But we're talking about stage manipulation right now, right? So, when the hand moves, it's going to look like this. Okay? Now, we're going to talk about the front and the back. Now, when you produce the card, okay? When you produce the card, you see the card in the air, then you look up with your eyes, then you reach up, then you pull the card down from above to produce the card. Now, as far as the front and the back, I will say that the thumb went out in 1905. So the method of using the thumb, and some people are still using it, this is bad and this is bad etiquette and it's the wrong way. So I will say for doing the front and back, the best thing would be to practice against a wall, okay, and I'll show you how to practice. Because when you're here, okay, what happens is this can help you with your angles. Now, you're not going to use the thumb, meaning we're not going to use the thumb to help push the card around. What we're going to do is we're going to use the wall as our way to practice by touching the wall, okay, and you're going to bring the hand in. Now, when you bring the hand in, the card will be against the wall like this, okay. Now, we're just going to use the middle finger to push, these 2 fingers to push. And so that will look like this. Okay, now you want to practice it slow and you want to practice it fast. Okay, but when you get it really good, you're going to be able to do this very, very slowly. And there's magicians such as Channing Pollock, right? But when you notice how slow he moves, very, very slow, because he understands his angles. Now, if someone was too far to the right or left, of course it's going to flash. So that is just the start with the basic with one card. In other videos we're going to go into all kinds of different things. So practice.